This video is brought to you by Sleep. Sleep make the world's best sleep masks and functional sleep accessories. Their range of masks are made from soft, breathable materials that provide 100% blackout for better sleep with zero pressure on the eyelids and adjustable straps for a personalized fit. From their cool mask, which soothes eyes and sinuses with its evenly distributed cooling system, the warm mask, which alleviates stress in dry eyes, powered by natural steam, to the aroma mask with scents that gently calm and relax you as you sleep, and many more. Sleep is here to facilitate better sleep. They're providing FCE viewers with a special discount, so head on over to mantasleep.com and use the code FCE to get 10% off your next order. Directed by Wes Ball, The Maze Runner is a 2014 sci-fi thriller based on the young adult novel of the same name by James Dashner. While often compared to other popular young adult adaptations like the Hunger Games and Divergent, The Maze Runner is decidedly grimmer, painting a bleak picture of survival as teens endure the many hardships of being trapped in a grove surrounded by a massive stone maze. In addition to dwindling food supplies and tensions between survivors, the group must contend with fiendish monstrosities known as the Grievers, which guard the ever-shifting maze.
We send them once a month with fresh supplies and a new greenie.
Shut up. By who, though? Who put us here?
And that we don't know.
Trapped inside this maze, the group of boys nicknamed the Gliders are provided a monthly shipment of supplies via the metal crate, usually accompanying a new recruit. Split into several groups, including builders, butchers, medics, and runners who search the maze, the Gliders have spent the better part of 3 years attempting to maintain a sustainable ecosystem while looking for a way out.
What the hell was it?
That, my friend, was a Griever.
The Grievers are essentially man-made biomechanical creatures created by the awkwardly named World in Catastrophe Killzone Department, WICKED for short, and were designed as the ultimate test of survivability for the test subjects in the maze trials. Standing at approximately 12 feet tall, the creatures have a slimy, slug-like body that is held up by 6 large metal legs, giving them an arachnid appearance. Due to the inherent strength of their mechanical limbs, they're notably powerful and surprisingly quick for their size, able to climb walls and stalk their victims, while also being really tough to outrun. In addition to their powerful metallic appendages, they also have a huge mouth, 2 small biological feeler limbs at the front of their body, as well as a mechanically enhanced tail with grasping tools at the tip. While they have no eyes, ears, or nose, they have highly advanced sensory devices underneath the skin of their faces, which help them navigate the twisting tunnels and shifting walls. In a one-on-one scenario, they will aggressively try and corner their prey or catch them off guard, but when faced with a group, they will often lurk in the shadows, picking them off one by one with their grasping tails or by impaling them with their legs. In some situations, a Griever will choose to prick a human with its large mechanical stinger, infecting them with an unknown toxin that wreaks havoc on the body.
Listen, we haven't been able to get a clear word out of Ben since it happened. It's not making any sense, and it's only going to get worse.
After being stung, infected specimens experience a loss of control, occasionally lashing out in violence. Imbued with a surge of adrenaline and rage, the infected exhibit abnormally high levels of endurance and strength before falling into a weak, comatose state. In the initial stages, subjects are pale and their eyes become bloodshot as blue veins begin surrounding the site of the sting. Actively enraged subjects also show signs of mania, akin to the effects of rabies, and can be seen foaming at the mouth and experiencing labored breathing. This transformation is nicknamed the changing by the Gliders, as those that were strong enough to survive often exhibit a distinct change in personality and demeanor. During this time, some memories resurface, giving them a glimpse of their former life before being trapped in the maze. The only known cure for a Griever sting is a blue-tinted serum that, when administered, provides immediate relief of all symptoms. But despite their menacing composition, they pretty much lack intelligence, often prioritizing offense over defense. Using this to his advantage, our protagonist Thomas kills one by luring it into a shifting maze passage, causing it to be crushed by the closing walls.
Just a little more.
The Grievers are in essence designed to test the flight or flight response of gliders, and meant to be the final trial that they face. Until the arrival of Thomas, spending a night in the maze meant certain death. Unfortunately, this meant that those who were too cautious to enter the maze rarely encountered them. Whereas the maze examined the subject's intelligence, and the element of self-sustained survival tested their resourcefulness, overcoming the fear of a Griever attack was the main thing standing between a glider and their freedom. During his first night in the maze, Thomas is the first person to fight back against the Grievers, and in successfully killing one, uncovers the first meaningful clue towards their escape. Each Griever is essentially imbued with a tracking device that doubles as a digital key, allowing them to bypass locked doors hidden in various sections of the labyrinth. In this way, they're literally the gatekeepers of the maze trial. After being surprised by the first ever female survivor to join them, the group worked together and come out on the other side, discovering a laboratory run by Wicked, an experimental organization that was attempting to create a cure for a worldwide plague known as the flare virus. For more information on the virus, check out this video I made a few years ago in a leather jacket. Due to their immunity to the virus, the teens were essentially being used as guinea pigs, and the maze was designed as a test of endurance and intelligence.
No, there's no escape from this place.
Following a standoff, and without any time to mourn the friends they lost along the way, the entire group is swept away by soldiers to a desolate post-apocalyptic landscape and the setting for their next trials.
The maze walls, the Grievers, the glade, with Wes's immense knowledge of computer graphics and visual effects, it's just a perfect match.
Following the massive success of the Hunger Games in 2012, studios were hungry to adapt another popular young adult novel. Out of the many that were considered, 20th Century Fox greenlit The Maze Runner, a novel that they purchased the film rights for in 2011. While Catherine Hardwicke, director of the divisive Twilight films, was originally in talks to helm the project, the studio thankfully had the sense to sign on newcomer Wes Ball instead, after executives were blown away by his animated short film Ruin.
I feel like I just hit the jackpot. These guys are just on it. Doing a really, really great job. They're gonna have these adventures for the rest of their life.
Dylan O'Brien auditioned in the early casting stages, but was actually passed over before being reconsidered for the lead role of Thomas a few months later. In a surprising turn, Blake Cooper got the role of Chuck by constantly pestering the director via Twitter until he relented and accepted an audition tape.
Yeah! I wanted to try to do the best we could to capture sort of what James Dashner described in the book, but I wanted to go really freaking scary.
During this time, concept artist Ken Barthelme was commissioned to design the Grievers and put his own spin on the creatures. After the rest of the cast was rounded up, filming began in May of 2013 with a budget of $34 million. Although many elements of the film were impossible without CGI effects, including the Grievers and the gigantic maze walls, the director and his production team were pretty adamant about making the glade feel like a real place rather than a manufactured set. As a result, most of the film was shot on a sprawling 200-acre farm in rural Louisiana. Given Ball's previous experience as a visual effects artist and animator, he was incredibly comfortable using a lot of CGI in his directorial debut.
It's fun to go through the visual effects side of things and start really exploring what we can possibly do so we can really kind of use our imaginations and create stuff that we weren't even intending up front.
The majority of the scenes involving substantial CGI were filmed on a blue screen set at the Plantation Village Studios, and mostly hold up today. Released in September of 2014, The Maze Runner was a major hit, grossing over $345 million, which reignited interest in the novels and kickstarted the Glorious Trilogy.
Love movies that are about world creation, and this is a world creation top to bottom.
Well, that's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe to stay up to date on all my content. And yeah, if you have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. As always, it's been a pleasure. Niyat here with Film and Comics Explained. Thanks for stopping by.